Well, it was a really chastening night here at Glanford Park. What did you make of what you saw this evening?
Not acceptable. Really disappointing. Not bright enough, not switched on enough. Anticipation levels to read passes, to read how they were playing, nowhere near. Too far off them. Physically, mentally, just wasn't good enough, full stop. I'd go so far to say it's probably one of the worst defeats I've had in 30 years of football, in the manner in which it's happened. You know, we've prepared properly, we've given all the information into the players. I'm not making any excuses. You know, game off on Saturday. Ideally we could have trained, weren't able to train, but the lads should have still done the work that was sent to them, which they've reported in. But I just thought we looked a yard slower, Mark, and it's not acceptable for this football club. I guarantee you that type of performance will not happen again.
After the last game against Brackley, the way we started that game, you would have thought that they might have learned some lessons from that. It was such a really poor start tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we're too slow to get going again. You know, we've got some technically good players, we've got some physically good players, but you know, we knew what the game plan would be from them. We just haven't adjusted, we haven't coped. It's took us too long, and then the problem is when you're 2-0 down, that's when you really test your character. You know, winning games or being 2-3, 4-0 up in games, Mark, everybody wants the football. What we need and what we have to get a hold of quickly is, you know, we're going to be in the trenches at times. You know, we're at the top of the league, we want to get promoted, we want to do really well. But there's going to be times where good teams like Scunthorpe today are going to do a particularly good job on us, and we have to be switched on and ready to do it. And for me, there was too many, you know, far too many nowhere near tonight.
Obviously it was a big occasion. Was it something we just didn't handle? Can that be levelled at the lads?
No, I'd be really disappointed if that's the case. We've got enough experience in there. We've spoke all week. You know, it's a game of football, so to play the game, not the occasion. I don't think it was that. I just think we're sloppy, lackadaisical, and mentally not bright enough to anticipate, like I say, to close down and to do a proper job on them. Every time we got the ball, they were in our faces. They pressed us better. It looked as though they wanted it more. I'd go so far to say not everybody on our team mind, because I think you can see some of the performances and some of the work rate and the effort from the boys, but I'm not sure how much some of them cared, if I'm honest, and that's the disappointing thing, and that's what we'll have to take away and look at in preparation for a huge game on Saturday.
What didn't help obviously was losing a man just before half time. Did you have a view of it?
Yes, it'll be dealt with accordingly. Far from acceptable. Don't want to say too much else really. There's enough being said in the dressing room, and there'll be enough said and dealt with moving forward with that. I'd rather just leave it there, but that's not what we're about. It's a cheap option really. You know, he's got more about him, he's got more experience than that. He knows better, and he knows he's let his football club and them supporters down who've travelled as far as what they have, and you know, singing at the end still in the 92nd, 93rd minute, still cheering the team on, shows what a great bunch of people they are, you know, and how much they care about it. You know, it was difficult enough with 11 men, so with 10 men we just had to try and damage limitations. Really hasn't worked. With defending's not good enough, defending crosses with ball watch, you know, we're just weren't at the races. And like I say, I've got an idea on one or two things, reasons why, and it'll all be dealt with this week leading into Saturday.
And as you mentioned, a huge game of the weekend, possibly the best sort of game to go into, to try and get a reaction, to try and recover from this.
Yeah, time will tell. There shouldn't be any motivation. We've got enough experience of lads that have played for Spennymoor against Arlington. You know, we've got new lads who've come in who should understand what it's about anyway as well. We'll get round each other. We'll work really hard on Thursday night, which we always do. We'll plan properly, we'll do it properly. But like I say, I guarantee it'll be a different performance come Saturday, because the reaction will be different for the supporters and everyone associated with this football club.
And just finally, because I will search for the silver lining, Danny Greenfield back out on the pitch in double quick time tonight. How pleased are you to see him back on the green stuff?
Delighted. Him and Mark Anderson, I think when they've come on, they've shown what they're about. You know, Sparty's got on it, got up playing, you know, carved a couple of opportunities, was brave enough to go and get on the ball at 5 and 6-0 down. And Danny, yeah, it's great to have two people of that calibre as people as well as players. You know, I think it was a pleasure to see that, and it's testament to them and their attitude to work as hard as what they have to get back, you know, ready for the weekend and ready to get performing for this team as quickly as what they possibly can.